Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Flab to Fabulous 18. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure you subscribe, okay? I would love for you to subscribe so you can not miss any of my messages. So, today I want to talk about an anniversary that I just had yesterday, okay? And we often hear people celebrating, especially like on Instagram and Facebook, you see people talking about lots of anniversaries, whether it's wedding anniversaries or quitting smoking anniversaries, surge anniversaries in the bariatric community for people who've had weight loss surgery. We hear about all these dates, okay? And we celebrate all these dates. Well, yesterday was a date for me to celebrate that is not something that you hear people celebrate, okay? And what that was my 2-year anniversary since my first therapy appointment. Yep. I am celebrating my therapy-versary. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I started therapy and what it has done for me and why it's such a monumental milestone for me and what it means to me. So 2 years ago, well, over 2 years ago, because my first appointment was 2 years ago. So let's go back 2 years plus some, okay? I was really miserable, okay? I was downright miserable. And the cause for, well, what I thought was the cause for my miserableness was the fact that I had regained 100 pounds, okay? So 2014, and if you've watched my other videos, you should be familiar with this part. In 2014, I lost weight. I went on this mission of getting healthy, and I changed all kinds of things about how I ate and exercised and all these things, whatever. I lost 100 pounds between March 19th of 2014 to May of 2015 is when I hit 100 pounds lost, okay? So I lost 100 pounds. I was on cloud 9. I had never lost that much weight before. I was down to 225 pounds, which was still obese, okay? But when you weigh 325 pounds, losing 100 pounds and being 225 pounds is so significant, okay? Like I felt like I was walking on the clouds, okay? I felt so amazing in my accomplishments, and I really thought I had changed my life because I had done this by not following a fad diet, not taking any type of supplements or shakes or whatever. I did it simply by eating healthier, making healthier choices, eating appropriate portions, and exercising, okay? That's all I did. So I lost 100 pounds, and I really was just in a really good place, okay? And then I gained the weight back, okay? And obviously I didn't gain it back like that. It was, I changed jobs, and I stopped exercising, and I slowly started gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining, okay? And it got to a point that I had gained all 100 pounds back, plus an additional 11. So I gained 111 pounds from my lowest adult weight, which was 225 pounds, okay? And I was pissed off. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I was disappointed. I was downright miserable, okay? I was so irritable, okay? Like everything just made me like mad, okay? I was just so mad. Anytime I thought about trying to lose the weight, I would get so frustrated and so annoyed and so pissed off at myself because I had already done this, okay? I had already done it. I had changed my life. I had figured it out. I had started to focus on health and not my weight. And it didn't work. I gained the weight back. So here I was again, okay? Every day I would tell myself, tomorrow I'm going to do it. Tomorrow I'm going to restart. Tomorrow I'm going to do it again. And I didn't. I would just the next day would come and go, and I would just be miserable, and to look at what I had to accomplish was just overwhelming, and I just couldn't even fathom it. Like, I just couldn't get past it. I was just miserable. And I kept thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Okay, like, there's got to be something I can do. I know how to lose weight. I know how to lose weight. I know how to exercise. I know how to eat healthier. But here I am, and I'm not doing it. Why am I not doing it? What is going on? Okay, so I went to the bariatric center because they have a non-surgical bariatric program. Okay, because I was in no way, shape, or form even close to being interested in bariatric surgery. That was like a speck of dust out in left field somewhere, not even on my radar. So I go to, and I make an appointment at the bariatric center, because I never did this. I mean, I've joined Weight Watchers, I did LA Weight Loss, I did Deal a Meal, I did, you know, Billy Blanks, whatever that was. You name it, I did it, okay? But I never went to the doctor. Never went to the doctor, never went to the bariatric center, okay? So I gave him my spiel, like, hey, this is my deal. I know how to do it. I know how to lose weight. But I can't do it. I can't get back there. I can't make myself do it, okay? I don't know what to do. I need help. They didn't listen. She gave me a piece of paper and said, here, this is what you need to do. Follow this plan. You're going to lose weight, and here you go. I did that for like 2 days. Like, this is stupid. I don't just follow a diet. Like, I know how to follow a diet. I don't need a diet. She didn't listen to what I said. So here I am. Okay, this is crap. I ain't doing that, right? What have I never done? What is wrong? Like, there's something else. There's something else. This is not about what I eat, okay? Yeah, at the time I was not eating right. So I was overweight. I was obese. I gained weight because I ate. Like, yes, it's about eating. But why can I do it sometimes and not do it all the time, right? So I started looking up therapists. Hey, why not, right? There's something else. I recognize there's something else, okay? Because I've lost weight, I've gained weight. I've lost weight, gained weight. I lost 100 pounds and I gained 100 pounds. 111 pounds, okay? Therapy's so taboo. Like, people think, ooh, therapy is like, that's for people who are crazy. Like, ooh, I don't want to tell people I see therapists. Like, that must mean I have issues, right? It's so taboo. Whatever. I found this therapist online. I'm like, enjoys working with people with food addictions, emotional eaters. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like she's talking to me, okay? Like, I should go see her. I don't know. Like, that's what's going to be weird. I don't want to do therapy. So I put it off. But every day, I'm like, I can't stand this. I can't stand feeling like this, right? I need to figure out why I can't reconnect to being healthy, getting healthy, making healthier choices, to re-lose this weight, to get back where I was in 2015. So finally I made the appointment, okay? I went to my first therapy appointment, nervous, okay? Because I don't know anything about it. I've never done anything close to this. Like, I know nothing about it, okay? I tell her my story. I tell her, you know, I'm here because I've been overweight my whole life. I've up and down. I yo-yo dieted. I did all these things, up and down, but I've been obese forever. In 2014, I changed. I was going to be healthy. I focused on health and not weight. I lost 100 pounds, blah, 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 blah. And we were talking about different things. I don't even remember. I wish I would have recorded it. I wish I would have, but I didn't, okay? Talking about all these things. We're talking about my life, not about weight, you know, my job, my life, my family, my vacation, my whatever, okay? We're talking about all these things. And she says to me, you have some pretty severe anxiety, I think. And I'm like, oh, I've always had anxiety. I've always been anxious. I'm not here for that. I'm here because I can't make myself eat healthy again. She quickly said, and I don't remember if it was the first visit or the second or the third, okay? Because initially I saw her pretty often, like every week, then every other week, okay? She said, you really should not and cannot focus on losing weight until you work on what is making you turn to food. And I really believe that that is anxiety. So I think we need to work on your anxiety. And I can't tell you how many times I've rolled my eyes at my therapist. She'll tell you. She would sit here and she would tell you. How many times I would say, no, that's not it. No, that's not why. No, I don't do that because of that. Okay. Like it's not like I went to therapy and I sat and I said, blah, 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 blah. And she said, oh, well, here you go, here you go, here you go. And I left and I was like, oh, no. Therapy's work, okay? But first, you have to acknowledge that you have work to do, okay? You can't go to therapy and think that they're going to just tell you what your issues are and how to fix them and you're going to walk out and do them. Like, you have to acknowledge the issue that you want to fix. And trust me, we all have issues that we need to fix, okay? They're not all the same, but we all got issues, okay? Every single person has an issue. Every single person can benefit from therapy in some way, but you have to acknowledge that first, okay? I acknowledged that how I felt in 2017 was not how I wanted to continue feeling. This was awful, and I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of this rat race of up and down, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, happy, unhappy, miserable, irritable, whatever, okay? I knew at that time that is not how I wanted to feel. And it wasn't going away. Okay? So I spent literally 8 months in therapy for anxiety, for my emotions, which started with me exploring my emotional eating. Okay? 8 months. At 8 months, in February of 2018, my therapist said to me, I think you have a good handle on your anxiety. I think you are ready to start working on your weight loss. So do you want to start talking about that? And I'm like, no. I never realized how suffocating and how debilitating my anxiety was until now that it was under control. So I said to her at that February visit last year, I do want to work on losing weight, but right now I just want to enjoy and embrace this new feeling I have. This feeling of balance and control. Because let me tell you, my anxiety got bad. Really, really bad. Like, bad. I have a lot of obsessive compulsive tendencies. Not just tendencies. I'm obsessive compulsive. And that doesn't mean, for me, it's different for everybody. OCD does not mean I need my house to be clean because I'm OCD. No. Okay. OCD is like, okay, so let's pretend this is the this is the flat iron, okay? And it's plugged into the wall, right? I would get ready in the morning and I would straighten my hair, okay? And I unplug my straightener, and that's the plug, okay? And I would go finish my stuff and I'd get ready to leave, and I'd come back to make sure it's unplugged. The plug is not into the wall because I unplugged it, okay? Here it is. I can see. And then I walk away and I come back. Let me just touch it. Let me just feel the cord and follow the cord to the end to make sure it's not plugged into the wall. And then I walk away, and then I come back and I stare, and I come back and I stare, and I come back and I stare. I don't want my house to burn down. So I better stare at this and make sure I have a good mental picture of this, that this is unplugged. So that when I get to work and I say, oh, Dad, plug the flat iron, I have this picture in my head, right? This is no lie. This was every single day. And with multiple things. I'm just giving you one example. After I took this mental picture and I knew this was done, I knew it was unplugged. I touched it, I felt it, I took a mental picture 6 times. I knew it was done. I would go, grab my purse, get my keys, open up the front door, and I would be paralyzed with, I better go check it one more time. And I'd go back the hallway. I'd open up the bathroom door, and I would stare at the flattener, straightener. Still unplugged. Still unplugged. I can't tell you how many times I would pull out of the driveway and pull back in to go check the toaster, the flat iron, the stove, the doors, the heaters. Okay? My anxiety manifested all these OCD things, and they often go together, okay? For me, seriously. Okay, anyway. So in February of last year, I just wanted to embrace this. I didn't have to check things anymore. Like, I didn't have that. My rational part of my brain would say, you unplugged it? And I would say, you're right, I did. And I'd go on with my day. That felt amazing. I've never been able to do that. Okay, so I'm like, I don't want to work on my weight loss right now. I just want to embrace this control, this normalcy, okay? The anxiety things are still there, okay? But I can control them now. I said, did you unplug the straightener? Yes, you did. Here I go, I'm leaving. That was so new. So I'm like, okay, yes. Yeah. This is what I'm going to do. So the next visit, she's like, okay, now are you ready? Yeah, maybe I am. Like, I think I've embraced this now. Now it's time to move on. Okay, I need to tackle this weight. And she said, oh, why don't you go back to the bariatric center? I'm like, no, I don't want to go back to the bariatric center. They didn't do anything for me. I already know how to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. And she said, okay. Because this was my typical therapy. She would make suggestions of things I could try and do, and I would tell her why I didn't like them and why that would not work for me. And then I would spend the next 2-3 weeks until my next visit processing and thinking, and I would always take action. I would always put her tools to work. That way when I went back and she said to me, okay, well, did you try this? And I would say, I wouldn't be able to say, no, which like, well, then how do you know it doesn't work? I would process and I would take action so that at my next visit, I would be able to say, I tried that and that worked, or I tried that and this is where I need help, or this is why it does not work for me. So that was routinely what I did. So she said, go back to the bariatric center. And I was like, I don't want to. because I didn't get anything from that, so I don't see the point of it. And she's like, okay, well, just think about that and whatever. I don't remember what else we talked about. So I left that appointment and I said to myself the next day, like, I should probably go to the bariatric center just so I could say, yes, it works or it doesn't work for me. And so I did. And I told that physician assistant, her name is Annie, that this is why I'm here. This is what Dr. Collins suggested. This is my history. This is what I know how to do. This is, whatever. She's like, all you need from me is a jump start. She gave me a jump start diet. She said, here, follow this. And I was like, that's not going to work. Like, you're making me really starve. Like, that's so low calorie. Like, I won't be able to do it. And she was like, no, you can do it. You can do it. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this because this is going to test to see if all of the things that I learned in therapy, the tools to identify mental hunger, triggers for emotional eating, all of these things, is it true that I ate because of my anxiety? If so, now that my anxiety was under control, would I be able to follow this extreme low-cal diet? I only had to do it for 3 weeks because in 3 weeks I followed up. So I committed to those 3 weeks. And guess what? I did it because my anxiety was under control. So I had spent at that time 9 months in therapy. And here I was following a extreme low-cal, low-carb diet. I did it for 3 weeks. I didn't cheat one day, not one meal. I followed the plan because my anxiety was in control. No, because I was in control of my anxiety. My anxiety was under control. That's what I meant to say. And it worked. So I went back for my 3-week appointment to the bariatric center and I lost 14 pounds. I followed up with my therapist and I don't remember if this was in the middle. I think it was in the middle of me doing the 3-week diet, the Jumpstart diet. I said, oh, I made the appointment and here I am, I'm doing this. And she's like, you always take action. And then at that point is when I decided to start exploring surgery because I just wanted the tool to get me there faster. So I spent the next, that actually all started, the diet, the low cal, low protein Jumpstart diet started on March 19th, 2018, which was exactly 4 years from the day I started to try to get healthy in 2014. Not on purpose, not intentionally, but that just happened to be the day. So 3/19 is significant for me for that reason, because both times I committed to taking control of my health on the same day, unplanned, okay? But the moral to all this is June 14th, right? Yeah, yesterday, June 14th, 2017 was my first therapy appointment. And even though I went just to see if I could get help learning how to commit to losing weight and keeping it off, I learned so much more. I learned that my irritability, my obsessive compulsive behaviors, my short fuse, all of these things that I've experienced forever were all coming from anxiety, including my obesity, including my weight, including my emotional eating, everything. Everything stemmed from the anxiety. And it's not like situational anxiety where it's just, oh, I have anxiety about flying, or I have anxiety about my kid driving. It's uncontrollable, unexplainable anxiety. It's an emotional imbalance. It's a chemical imbalance, not emotional. It's a chemical imbalance in my brain. There's nothing I can do to make it go away. I have tools now that I can address it, and I do take medication now. And I'm so thankful for it. And I wish 20 years ago someone would have said, have you tried therapy? You should go to therapy. And let me tell you, I didn't just go to therapy and start medication. I spent 6 months in therapy before I said, okay, I will try an anti-anxiety medication, because I was not having any part of it. Because I thought that made me feel like if I had to take medication for anxiety, it made me less strong or less, I don't know. This is how I viewed it. But if you take anything out of this, therapy makes you so much stronger. To be in control of your emotions, to be balanced, is amazing. It's the best feeling in the world. And guess what? I had to take Lexapro for that to happen too, not just therapy. Therapy did wonders on its own, but it wasn't enough. I had to add the anti-anxiety medication. And I really wish I would have done it 20 years ago. It's made such a world of difference. Such a world of difference. It didn't change who I am. It didn't change me, because that was another thing I was afraid of. It didn't. It just took away all that extra baggage that I did not need. And because of that, I was able to take control of my eating, lose 62 pounds on my own without being required to. I was not required to do that pre-op, okay? I lost 62 pounds. I went forward with having surgery. I'm down a total of 146 pounds. And it's because I started therapy. You don't have to be obese to need therapy. You don't have to have anxiety. But if you are not 100% happy every day, that comes and goes. Like, you're going to have situational days where you don't feel good about whatever. You feel a little depressed, you feel a little sad, or you feel a little this. The emotions come and go. But if every day you feel the same and you don't like how you feel, you can change it. But you have to address that you have to change things within you. People around you, you can't control. You can't control how they act. You can't control what they say. You can only control you and how you react. And that is something that therapy teaches you. You have to figure out what it is that you want to be different for therapy to be successful. But once you're willing to do that, once you're willing to be vulnerable and peel back the layers, the sky is the limit. Like, the sky is the absolute limit. And I cannot be more happy that I started therapy. And I will talk about it forever and ever. Because if I had to choose between therapy or bariatric surgery, I 100 times over would continue therapy. Because the end result would be the same. Surgery is not the reason why I've lost 146 pounds. It has helped me lose, like, the last 70 or so, last 80 or so, a little faster than I would have prior. But it's not the reason why I'm successful. I'm successful because I am in control of my emotions. So, thanks for tuning in. I hope you subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions for topics that you'd like to talk about. You can shoot me a message with any questions that you may have. And again, just make sure you subscribe. Thank you.